Moves, we are going to learn some more. Actually, let's just go here and click on learn. We're going to learn some more. And for those of you that are not familiar with this course, it is called Forcible Chess Moves. And you can do exclamation point Chessable, and it'll give you a link to the exact deal. And why did that not come up? Docs. Chat doc. There we go. My chat doc is now reloaded and everything seems to be good. Happy noises are happy. I love happy noises. They're great. Okay, so one thing that I want to let you guys know is that I did change the default timer to 5 minutes. So it gives us a little bit more time to work on some of these puzzles because they're hard. The default was 2 minutes. So we want to give ourselves a little bit more since I'm talking about them and explaining them. I think it will be very, very helpful. All right, let's take a look. Hello all, go Nick. What's going on? My friend James, my training partner from the club. Everyone say hi to James. It's always good to have him here and doing some great learning. Okay, let's see here. We have no self-blocking sacrifice was needed here, just computerized to first notice that black's pieces have done the job themselves, and creativity to uncover the powerful surprise forcing move. Okay. So my gut tells me to take on B7. So we take, he takes back, and we fire off this check. He could take back and then, but we win a pawn, which is great. But what's next? The king's here, knight's here. He's got to move. Probably moves back, but he can move here or back to these two squares. How do we get at the king then? We have this, but this is easily taken. So I don't know that that works. Do we see anything else? And my instinct says that we want to take that pawn, but I'm not seeing the right moves here. But we have this, and then this again. So we might be able to double up with extra pawns. And after we take this, we also have this wonderful deal too. I'm going to start here. And we were incorrect. B6. Okay. So why is B6 better? Let's try to figure this out. Oh, if he takes, it's checkmate. It's a two-move checkmate. This is mate in 2. Okay, so here, and he doesn't take, which is obviously smart. Now I feel we just move the queen. Nope. And then we get the other checkmate. So you just constantly continue to threaten checkmate. Okay, this is interesting and difficult all at the same time because now the queen has been opened up to this. So how do we solve this problem? Yeah, chess is super hard, but this is a beautiful sequence here, and we're not even done with it. There's more. I feel as though I'm still missing some things. Charlie the Chess Cat, first time chatter, thank you. I feel like we need to get another piece into the attack. Okay, that's an alternative move. Oh, here we go. No? Oh, it doesn't like that either. Yeah, we've totally messed this one up. These are getting really difficult, guys. Okay. So I feel like we can do this move. No? Man, we're just totally messed this whole one up. And then this is checkmate. Okay, let's go back through this because this was extremely difficult. And it's a 1, 2, 3. This is a big sequence. It's a 4-move sequence. Yeah, actually, well, I had a chance to be able to stream in the middle of the day, so hopefully we're reaching more people, which is great. Okay, let's take a look at this one. So the first move is here. Idea being, if he takes, we get this wonderful checkmate, which is awesome. So you could win the game right here with this move alone. But let's say we have a savvy opponent, a lot of times, and we will, and they say, well, nay, I am not going to take your queen. I know your tricks. So, all right, we need to come on to the next move, which is knight to c5. Threatening checkmate again, right here, because the knight covers this square. Okay, we have to solve that. And if he does something else, let's say knight to b5. So now he's opened up the protection of this. We can take the knight. He can take our bishop, and then we can do this, which is then forcing another checkmate. And if he takes here, then we get this move and a discovery. And this is just looking so nasty for black. Oh my gosh. Okay, but he's too clever for that. And he moves his knight out of the way and back so we can't take it. And now he is protected against more checkmates. Okay, so now we get knight 3 to a4. This one's also on 3. That's why it's marked knight 3 to a4. And what happens then? Okay, so now we're threatening moving the queen and bringing our knight here with a checkmate, because then it'll be bam bam, and it won't be checkmate, but the king will have a space to move, but then there'll be a discovery because the queen will be back here. I know it's tough to see. It's really hard. This is difficult. My brain already hurts. But okay, so he wants to get rid of your queen right away. So we say, nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to move out of the way. Still allowing for this. And he does rook to d7. So we can't do anything here. And knight to b6. Check. Leaves white with a very wide choice of moves. There's so many winning moves here. So if he takes, we get the queen. And we're still threatening checkmating ideas. Yeah, we can take the rook. Oh, we have all kinds of things. His threats are nasty. But he's smart. He doubles up here again. And then we do queen to a5. And there we go, because the threat's still super real. If we take here, we open this up. This is coming. We have all these things. This is a nasty, nasty puzzle. Wow. I don't know that we would have found all that stuff. That's really, 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 really deep. So let's go over it again real quick. Queen to b6. They're too smart for us. They don't take our queen. Otherwise, it'd be checkmate. Knight to c5. We're doubling up on this weak pawn. Black takes care of it. We add another person to the attack. Let's go to the party, baby. And there we go. Let's get this guy. We want more. We're going to move back and then come in here and get some checkmate action. And there we go. Tough. Oh, I have to... Yeah, those are all good. All links. I actually have more. I have to add more links there, because I have Instagram and TikTok and Facebook page. I added all this stuff. I've got a full gambit of social medias now. I did the full suite, and Instagram. I got it all. We're set up. All right, let's get started again. Okay, that looks good. Oh, we're off a little bit. Why are we not? Why is that off? Did Chessable make a change? Okay, so we have some differences here. It's all shifted a little bit. I've got all the socials, that's right. So, Chessable chat, that seems to be right. Chessable board, let's unlock that. Oops, not. I feel like something got shifted here. I wonder why that is. All right, well, we'll modify it. Okay, so bear with me. move this over here so you guys can see it again. All right. And so we can lock that bad boy. Chessable notes. Let's unlock that. Oh shoot. Undo. Okay. Control Z. If you don't know, Control Z is your friend. Always. It's always your friend. Control Z is what you need to know always. And then the arrow keys, we'll just move that over and we can lock that. I think it looks a little bit better now. Okay, great. All right, let's get this started again. Sorry about that. I don't know why that got shifted. Something happened there, but okay. Stock forcing moves by the bishop. The most common stock mating pattern, showcasing the bishop's unique talents, occur on the important attacking diagonals a2 to g8, b1 to h7, a1 to ah for white. Okay, looks like it's all good to go. The a2 the a2 g8 diagonal, a2 g8 diagonal, this one here. Okay. A slicing bishop on a2 to g8 diagonal often wreaks havoc on the enemy king side, menacing key squares on the monarch's doorstep. In isolated pawn positions, the d5 blockade is the glue cementing black's position. Okay, that d6 pawn. So we need to, that's a key. That's a key right there. When you hear stuff like that, that means that that's probably a weak point that we have to attack. And these are things that you should notice in the position. Right away, we can notice that this is a weak square because it's a backwards pawn. There's no other pawn that can protect it right now. So it's very difficult to hang on to. They call that a positional weakness. White is always searching for sacrificial means to break the blockade and unlock the light squared bishop's latent power. Okay, so we've got all these things. Let's think about this for a minute. So, knowing what we know, and given the wonderful description there, our ideas should start to come into play with this knight sacrifice right here. So, and what another Chessable course that we look at, which is Calculation, a complete guide for tournament players, which is another Chessable course I think we might stream as well, because I think it's very important and I've learned a lot from it, is the Burger technique. And the Burger technique is this. Count all the material. So do we have any weaknesses? So I always start with the minor pieces. We got 4 minor pieces, 4 minor pieces. That's all the same. Both rooks are on the table and the queens are on the table. So right now there's no material difference. Are there any differences when it comes to pawns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 on 6. So there is a little bit of an imbalance based on the pawn structure, but that's it. So now the next piece of the Burger technique is to figure out what is an undefended piece. Now, an undefended piece is one, like this piece right here is no, actually it is defended. This piece right here is undefended. And so that's it. An undefended piece is a piece that is either attacked and defended by the same number of pieces, or it doesn't have any. So this one has 2 defenders, and this one has 2 attackers. So that's an undefended piece. I know you might say, well, Nick, it's got 2 defenders and two attackers. What do you mean it's undefended? It's undefended from the aspect of this pawn here, which doesn't have any. That's an undefended piece. So is this. Or when it has defenders and attackers, it goes from an undefended piece to a hanging piece. So we have concluded that this is probably most likely our spot where we need to hit. With this long diagonal, this is our key. And I believe strongly that this is going to be our first move. And we are wrong. So it wants a more forcing move with the bigger piece. I was wrong. I had a different idea about that. This one's more forcing in the idea that this is now under attack both ways. So we were wrong in which piece to go with. That's one thing that we had to consider that we didn't figure out. All right, so we take with the rook first. And don't worry, if you don't get this, that's fine. We'll go over it at the end. All right, there we go. So now we can take back. Oh, it doesn't want to do it that way. I see. So this is order of operations. I saw this. Oh, because of this guy's here. So, all right, so this gets really tricky really fast. So the idea being is we have to remove all of the defenders of everything first. So move order matters. Okay. So he kicks this guy. We're going to take. What? Oh. Most forcing move, checkmate. Okay. Yeah, we have the move order all wrong here. I see it all, but I obviously am missing the move order. Okay. Threaten checkmate when you can. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about this diagonal and trying to exploit it because of the stuff that it gave me, but that's obviously wrong. It wants you to go directly after the king. We have to take care of that. Okay. We lost our queen. Oh no. Okay. So from here, how do we figure this out? Okay. So check, takes, check. There, checkmate. Okay. Check, check, and that's over. Okay. Why was that so complicated? Well, a number of reasons. So let's go back. This is extremely complex. Extremely, extremely complex. So I was of the mindset there was going to be a discovery attack. That's what I had in my brain based on all this information here that started with. So I was a little bit confused by this telling me that this will open up. And it's not so much the discovery, it's more of just controlling that particular square, which I didn't pick up on. So the idea being the most forcing move here is to remove the pawn. This is the linchpin of the position. So we take that, and it's attacking the rook then. So the rook has to come back. If we go here, there's all the, then you lose your queen. So this is the most forcing move. Takes. So now if, here's why. Oh, it wants a different move first. So if we try there first, we didn't try this before, but yeah, this doesn't quite. Bishop A2 becomes Raging Beast, adequate, but yeah, so not nearly as good. Bishop E6, or rook takes E6. Bam. Exclamation point. So we take this and we take back. If we take with the bishop, or if he takes with the bishop, we take back with the bishop and rook f e8. Now with the knight, because then we get checkmate. Okay. Very interesting. Then we also have this sequence. Which is not hard to see, but there's a lot to it. And he has to, I guess he doesn't have to block, but it's bad. So we have to kick the knight. We kick the knight, but we put him in check first. The machine suggests the rye. Knight e7 is winning the queen. Okay. But white's fixated on the brilliancy prize. So a lot of times in the, let's finish this and I'll talk about what a brilliancy prize is. We can probably clip that because that's an important thing. A lot of people don't know what that means. He moves out of check. What he should have done is taken the rook, I think, because then you get this sequence and it's still partly a game. Yeah, we're up a piece, so it's still gone, but okay. And then queen takes f5. And then we get the following sequence that we figured out at the end. But yeah, as you can see, this is a 7-move sequence, which is really, really difficult to see from all the way back here. Crazy. I'm not sure I'm going to remember that when it comes up in my studies, but we'll try. Anyways, what the Brilliancy Prize is, this move order, this whole combination, is what would be considered a candidate for a Brilliancy Prize. And what that means is, in a lot of tournaments, not so much the local ones that I belong to at my local club, but in some more prestigious and bigger tournaments, they offer a Brilliancy Prize. So what that means is if you have the most interesting and brilliant game, so you have an astonishing, crazy attack like this that results in a checkmate because you came up with some crazy sacrificial line and ended up winning and getting checkmate, and it's forced and it wins, you could win a Brilliancy Prize, which is usually in the form of some sort of financial compensation, which is amazing. And so even if you are a class player or, a player that's new and you're trying to get chess and you come up with some crazy line that wins and it's actually not refuted, you could win a substantial cash prize for having the most brilliant game of the tournament. So always keep that in mind when you're playing, that even though you might not win the tournament, you could still win other ways. And I think this, getting a Brilliancy Prize, to me, I think would even be more, that would be, I'd value that much higher than winning a tournament, I think, because that doesn't happen all the time. Because look at it. We have material here, which is even, and we are down. So we've got 2 bishops for 2 bishops. If we evaluate this position right here, it's checkmate in 1. But you're down a piece for a queen. You're down a queen. And you're going to win the game. It's pretty amazing. Strobex Gaming, good afternoon. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you watching. How's the Chessable going? I love it, man. This course is extremely difficult. But I'm in move 50 or so. If we're looking at it, 50 out of 95 of the first portion of the Chessable course. And yeah, there's a lot to it. And these stock forcing moves, if these are stock, there's 95 of these moves. And I commit all these to memory, I feel like I'm going to be a beast. Thanks for the follow, Strobex. Only side prize I ever won, the Sleeping Sentry Award. Oh, what's that? Which is an award for seizing defeat from the jaws of victory. The prize was a book titled Why You Lose at Chess. I was never able to figure out what part of all of it hurt the most. Like winning the prize, or because you seize defeat from the jaws of victory. Yeah, I get it. But that's cool. You got a book for that. So yeah, there's obviously prizes like that too. Tournaments have all kinds of different things, which is really cool. All right, next one. Let's take a look. So if you want to pause it, this is usually out on YouTube. I'm going to post this later. And if it's something that you want to take a look at after, pause the video, work through it on your own, and then you can continue and see the answer, because then I'll go through the answer together. These are hard. These are difficult. So this is about bishops right now. So bishops that come through and start slicing into the territory. So we have to figure out what's to do here. So this was played in 1964 in Latvia, or Latvia, depending on how you pronounce it. But okay, let's take note of the position. We've got 3 minor pieces on 3 minor pieces. Both rooks are on the board and the queen. Pawn structure wise, it's even. So material is even. There are really no imbalances other than we have this isolated pawn against this 4 pawns of white. So material's even. So where are the hanging pieces? This is a hanging piece. This is a hanging piece. This is a hanging piece. It's attacked once and defended once. I did that backwards, but you get the idea. This is an over-defended piece, defended by 2 pieces, only attacked by 1. These kind of all cover each other, but we have to note that there could be a potential discovery on the queen. And this piece is not under attack, and this piece is undefended. Okay. So, the biggest thing to note is we have a hanging piece. So, that's one of the threats we have to worry about. This is a free piece that we have to deal with. Okay, great. That is understandable. So, how do we best handle that situation? And what moves do we have if we allow him to take that or if we take? So, the first move that jumps out to us should be this one, obviously. But that's just a simple exchange of pieces. It doesn't really offer us any tactical value. So, how do we handle that? The bishops should come to life. Now, maybe we just end up moving it to here. But that's not a tactical thing. Tactical, this is about forcing moves. So there must be something that has to be forcing in this particular deal. One move that jumps out to me is this one, this weak F pawn. This is also something to note. It's being attacked once and defended once. So that is a hanging piece. And we have to deal with this guy. So one of the things that I see is taking here and then moving here, but that covers that. So the idea, well, that doesn't seem to work either. I'm lost. I can't see the candidate move. The bishops should come to life, but maybe even 5 minutes on some of these is not enough time for us because these are extremely difficult. Okay, so we want to make this sacrifice to come here. Okay, so maybe we start with the pawn push. So if he takes here, we can take here. And then the queen comes here. Okay. Then we can make this. But it still doesn't work because now there's a queen on this. Shoot. I'm not seeing it. Or we come here. This is also another key sequence. Take this guy, take this guy, take this guy, and then come here. I feel like maybe this might be the move. I was wrong. I was right with my initial take, but I could not see it. Oh, geez, I see it now. Do you guys see it now? I see it now. All right, takes, and then this is pretty damning. And I think we can just come here. Actually threaten checkmate first. Oh, we do it that way. Okay. That I was not thinking. And now what? Now we do this, and then we do this, threatening checkmate. Oh, man. That's crazy. Okay, let's take a look at it. So I was right in my initial assumption going after the weak F7 pawn. Great. So you smack that, and he gets on here. Okay. Next one seemed pretty obvious. I should have seen that, but I did not. But that's okay. That's why we go through these. And we move back. So now we've got this, and this with these. So one thing we could have probably considered is taking here, but then it forces kind of exchanges, and we want to checkmate the king, right? That's the best idea. So let's open up the position even more by taking. Bam! So bishop a2, which is what I did, I missed rook to c4 because now it, yeah, you give up in exchange, but now black has a lot of compensation or a counterattack, let's say. So he takes bishop, and then the knight blocks, and then the queen still threatens checkmate, and there's not really a way to cover it. He can come here, that's fine. And does it actually show? Yeah, it does show the, so here's how the sequence works. And like white is up 4 pawns. It would be difficult not to win this game. Really crazy. Wow. Okay. That's a big one. That's a tough one. Unbelievable. All right, let's close that. We don't need that anymore. And let's move here. Go to my dashboard. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's move on to the next one.